Son who delivers, Yahawah is, he exists. And shalom to the other Apostle James who I learned this truth from here and the internet, who I believe at the 100% truth for the gospel of Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi. Shalom to the elect, shalom to the 144,000 elect men that's out there, and the 1/3 men, women, and children believe in this truth wholeheartedly. The helpers of the prophets, pushing out the word, using their talent in whatever situation they're in, whatever portion that they gave you, and continue building stuff in the spirit, watching videos, going through lessons, taking notes, putting out videos, etc. Along, and we see, which really, we get into the chapter of Luke 21, Matthew 24, and Mark 13. Let me get Luke 21 and Matthew 24. They both say slightly different. Actually, both got include some things and doesn't include fearful sights. In Luke 21. There are many videos about as an Israelite, as far as videos that's simulated, child videos that's simulated in America according to the Bible. You should be on the lookout. Mainly the hopeful elect, or believers in the street. Most of the believers in the street, you should be on the lookout. Should not be caught, with your pants down, as they say. Because you heard they loosen up the mask, they loosen it up. But that's not a note to go back and, go back comfortable in their captivity. The scripture said it's not our rest, so we can't go back down. And there's prophecy, and because I saw RT News, Russia pulled back, in Ukraine. Just strategizing doesn't mean nothing's gonna happen. So the prophecies say that World War II will start, but other stuff had to happen before World War II starts. The mark of the beast gotta come out, famine gotta come out, Jacob's trouble gonna come, more pestilences, fearful sights. We're just gonna get into that. Let's get to the scriptures. It said Luke 21, it says, and he said, take heed that ye not deceived. Take heed that ye be not deceived. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, the anointed. And the time, it's Christ, it's Hamashiach. And the time draweth near, go ye not there for after them. Some people, if you look at the Christian, and you even have some bug outs in Israelite community that they claim they King David or Yahawashi or something like that. That bugged out their mind, came to be Yahawashi. They believe it or not. And also it says, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass. And when with the one saying I am Christ, you see people in these Christian churches and shit, it's like, having videos, they pretend to raise people from the dead, bugging out. I remember I saw a video of this guy dressed up as Cesare Bonjour, saying he's Jesus, and somebody saying he's Jesus. Oh, bugged out shit. The world is twisted, man. In the end, for the rude awakening when the Lord returns. You gotta imagine twisted mind and demons, gotta be on these people, man. But the scripture said, and be not there for after them. Don't go after them. Yet, you have some people going after them. But that's the Lord. Give them up to that. It said, but when, Luke 21:9 said, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotion, be not terrified. For these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. So you're going to hear wars and commotion. Using wars and commotion in Matthew 24, it says commotion, rumors, wars, commotion. Now you're hearing wars, rumors of wars and commotion with Russia and China, Taiwan and US, etc. Using commotion, propaganda and all this stuff. Propaganda against each other. He said, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. So that by hearing those things and seeing those things, we're close to the end. It said, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against them, which nations are rising against nation. Russia and China rising up against the US, EU, and so on. And kingdom against kingdom. Kingdom against them, they're rising against each other. Which the people also rising against each other. It said, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines. And we've seen the famines coming. The food shortages. It's empty. The inflation will lead to famine also, which I think I did a video on that. Inflation will lead to famine. There's an article on it. And it says, and pestilences. You got, I heard, was it Australia? There was a mice attack, mice taking over, and I think this a spider situation. I forgot. Lucky. Bird dropping dead. Diseases. Esau so-called concocting things in the lab. Monkeys with virus, and all type of shit. You don't know what the Lord got put to the left hand side, put in mind these devils to do the chaos. But the scripture talk a day like never. It's gonna be a day. Jacob Trouble gonna be a day like never before seen. It's and fearful sights. What are the fearful sights? You could equate the fearful sights to. Some people seeing demons. Some people having nightmares. Some people seeing just chariots. Because chariots are fearful. But in latter days, you're gonna see more fearful sights. You're gonna be able to see demons. Some people are gonna be bugging out. And it says, and great signs. And signs with chariots. The moon changing color. The moon, sky, if you look in the sky, certain signs. Certain miracle events. A few months ago, there was lightning 2 miles long. All type of signs in heaven. He said, they be from heaven. He said, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you. The truth is gonna be demonized. Because this devil is running. Everybody's waking up to this bullshit. So he running out of option, and demons are fleeing him. So you're gonna come out with great force. He's gonna come with great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time left. He said, it shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, which is that's why it's coming. Deliver you up to the synagogues and the prisons. Yes, someone's going to go to prison. The synagogues, judges, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. For teaching the truth, for the gospel, for teaching our people who we are. For exposing the truth. There's an article saying that even regular Americans that don't know what's going on, the preacher or whatever, they're gonna be labeled as terrorists. For doing nothing. You don't have to do anything physical, because all you're doing is preaching the gospel, the truth. But it has power in it. And it's fulfilling prophecy. So they gotta find a way to shut prophecy down. But by them doing that, they don't know that they're fulfilling prophecy that will be persecuted in those times. He said, and it shall turn you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. The Lord's gonna give a spirit, to give him an answer in that day. So we should not be thinking of what we shall be answered. He said, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom. See, the next line explains. So I'll give you a mouth of wisdom, with all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Which you could see happening now, the prophets, mainly Jeremiah, everybody that teach the same doctrine, the mouth speak of wisdom is that now no one able to gainsay nor resist. They can't gainsay or resist it, so they're gonna come up with lies, and playing emotion and witchcraft, Esau, that's what he does. Witchcraft, by word, accusations, false accusation, and all that stuff, And he shall be betrayed by both parent and brethren and kinsfolk. So you're gonna be betrayed by and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. Yeah, they're gonna cause you to be put. They're gonna give you over. That's why they say do not trust none. You gotta stay far away from them in that day. But it says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but there shall not an hair of your head perish. We're not gonna perish, not a hair of our head perish. The Lord gonna be looking out for us. If we had the chariots he sent out, and through the Spirit. And your patience possess ye your soul. So we gotta be patient and wait for these things to happen. So you can't. You're not operating on your own time. You're operating on the Lord's time. Whatever the Lord put in your spirit to do, for you to do, you gotta do it. Whatever will the Lord have, you can't resist His will. In Romans 9, who has resisted His will, Esau, Edom, can't resist His will. He's doing exactly what the Lord set him up to do. So he playing right. He think he playing the game, but he playing right into the hand of the Lord. Therefore, being delivered up to be afflicted. It says because Matthew 24:11 says, many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many, and we see the false prophets is arriving and deceiving many. With their false doctrines, even within Israel, the people, even within our own people that know they're Israelites, but they get paid off and sold out to Esau, Edom, and shall rise and deceive many. But which we know all these Christians, etc., who's not teaching the full truth, they're already false prophets, they're doomed. But the main false prophets, the people that's paid off, And I saw a video about the did of this guy. He made a video he's saying black Hebrew Israelites, which we're not black, first of all. We never call ourselves black. It's just Hebrew Israelite. That's it. And he brought up Kendrick Lamar, which Kendrick Lamar, he paid off, but who owns Hollywood? He said because Kendrick Lamar is doing witchcraft and all that stuff. But who owns Hollywood? Small hats. These are the fake ones pretending in that land, pretending to be someone they're not. They're the ones who own Hollywood, Esau, Edom, Amalek, the tribe of Amalek. Which say they are Jews or are not, it's them. They pretend to be our people. Everybody know it, but hey, that's what it says, but he shall, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. We've seen that happening. Little bits of profit and power happening. The love of many shall wax cold. People don't give a fuck anymore. They're stressed out. They bug out and said, but he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. And so you gotta hold on to this truth. Possess ye your soul. You gotta hold on to the truth, and pray to the Lord. Pray that yahawashi shall protect you in those days. Pray that you won't need live. Because you're gonna need them. You're not making it without yahawashi. So you can't go back to sleep. Ever since they said they removed the mask that day, I was like, I ain't the guys signing up their sleep, man. Scripture never trust that enemy. Let's see, part 2 Peter 5. And then he says, be sober and be vigilant. 2 Peter 5 and 8 said, be sober and be vigilant. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So Esau, the physical counterpart of spiritual demon Satan, which is sifting out. He's looking who he could get, who he could scramble. He got something. There's some agents, sowing up discord, bringing stuff that's already been addressed a long time ago. Bringing out demonizations. Said be sober and vigilant. Be sober and vigilant. Don't fall for these things. Stay within the truth. Except for let me get Habakkuk. We gotta stay vigilant and stay in the truth and wait for the Lord. Habakkuk 2 and 3 says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie." We're seeing it speaking right now. This prophecy is happening. Though it tarry, they slowed down a bit, but acting like it slowed down, because while this stuff is up, other shit is going on. There's the calm before the storm. Stuff is going on behind the scene. So though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. So everything has to happen except for an appointed time to happen. So even if you don't see this coming out, and plus it's coming out at this time, other stuff is going on behind the scenes to get things ready. So a lot of prophecies have to happen before World War III. We get First Thessalonians 1. But the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall come as a thief of the night. So the day of the Lord coming as a thief of the night. So you gotta keep watching. You keep watching the videos, keep watching the news, keep going to the scriptures. It said, but the times and the season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. So he's going to come as a thief in the night when you least expected it. And when you see things going quiet, that's when you got to be on your watch. For when they shall say peace and safety, people calming down and be like, they move the man. So we're going back to normal. Then back to normal. The sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. They don't escape, because they let down their guard. The danger come and swallow them whole. It said, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness. We are not in darkness. We know what's going on. We're in this truth. That day should overtake you as a thief, because we are on our watch. We hastening to that day, and we're on our watch, and we know what's going on. We're not in darkness. The people are darkness. They don't know what's going on. They don't know yahawashi. They don't know the name of yahawashi. They might know they're Israelites. Even ones that know they're Israelites. If they're not warning of the things to come, they're in darkness. You're supposed to warn the people and prophesy. You're supposed to warn them of what's coming. So if you don't warn them of what's coming, you avoid those conversations. The blood's gonna be on your hand. So it says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness, because we are the children of light, the light of this truth. They are shining upon us. The grace of yahawashi. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others. Let's not go back to sleep as others. Let our guard down. Go back to sleep, go back in the word. But let us watch and be sober. There it is. It said, let's still watch and be sober. For they that sleep in the night, for they that sleep in the night, and they that drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. For Yahawah hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahawashi HaMashiach, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we shall live together with him. So wherefore comfort one another and edify one another, even as also you do. Edify one another and comfort one another. How we edify and comfort one another? By putting out videos, putting out certain experience, certain dreams, to keep the faith. You gotta hang on to it. You gotta ground yourself, because in that day you're not in the family of the word. You're not gonna be able to watch videos. So you gotta absorb the information. You know, instead of because it's not slack as everything. So it's not Peter, it said the Lord is not slack with some as some may count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, the elements shall melt with fervent heat, the earth also and the works therein shall be burnt up as by the wind with nuclear missiles, burning this place up. Now going to blow it up and burn some parts of the world up too. As it seemed then that all these things shall be dissolved, and manner of person are you to be in all holy conversation in God. You have to be holy conversation in God. Going to the scriptures, watching videos, and bringing ourselves in the spirit. So looking for the hastily, and it goes into it. Looking for and hastening until the coming of the day of Yahawah, wherein the heaven being on fire shall be dissolved, and burnt up, dissolve the element, melt in this place of fervently, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, or go into and the elements shall melt with fervent. So looking for and hastening, and who's hastening? The dead Lord. You know? The prophets shall believe them, man, and whoever learn from them and practice the same 100% doctrine. The same 100% doctrine. You know, warning the sheep. They're warning the sheep. They're going to have videos to edify and comfort the sheep. Nobody else is doing this. All these other people are doing, all these Christians are doing. Nobody loves them. Talk about themselves. You know, what they're accomplishing. They don't want the Lord to come. When for the Lord to come, that means this kingdom got to be destroyed. Anyone is staying. So you could tell who, you know, who the Lord is really dealing with. You know? You tell who the Lord is really dealing with because they preaching about prophecy and things to come. Christians don't go into prophecy like that. If they go into prophecy, they come out with some bugged out doctrine, talking about a man with a hook, you know, the Antichrist is one person. But the scriptures say there are many Antichrists. You're an Antichrist if you're going against the scripture, against yahawashi, and against the destruction and prophecy. You know? You know that? You don't know that, ain't you? You're not going to prophecies. You're going to fables, mythos. So I'm talking about, there was someone, something about hell, a place you burn forever. There was somebody red man. Wait, which the devil is a red? Esau eat him, but they think it's a red creature with tail and a horn and pitchfork. What they think Obama's Antichrist? Obama, he's a heathen, yeah. He's an Antichrist, but he's not the only Antichrist. There's multiple Antichrists. Okay. It says, let me go to the whole. 1 John 2 and 18, it says, little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even so are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. There are many Antichrists. Anybody who's against the scriptures and the gospel that's being preached, you know, who's against the truth, they're Antichrist, whether they know it or not, and it's gonna be revealed in that day when the Lord Yahawah shall return. It'll be in front of a rude awakening, you know. You gotta stay in the faith. You know, they could talk and false claim, accuse Revelation 12:10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our God, of our power, and the power of his Hamashiach Christ, for the accuser of our brethren. Who's the accuser of our brethren? Esau. So Edom, the so-called white man, he'll do something, then accuse us. Isn't that guy talking about Kendrick Lamar's English? Yeah, but who's in charge of it? Who's making them do it? Who did he struck a deal with? Esau, Edom. Who's on the left-hand side? Except for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. They're going to be cast down. They're going to be destroyed. Pursuant to Obadiah 1. They'll be destroyed and eliminated. Which accuse them before the Lord, before Yahawah, day and night. They accuse day and night. They put pork in our food, pork in our stuff. Some stuff you're eating, even though they don't say that pork, but it could have pork possible. They put drugs in there. Like, then the accusers be like, Lord, they doing this, they doing that. Who's doing that? Hey, the accuser of our brethren is cast down. They're going to be cast down, And with that, I hope this was edifying. Shalom, stay in the faith. Shalom.